Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you the process of trying to find a long-term apartment to live in here in Tulum, Mexico. So I've now been here in Tulum about 6 weeks, and I found a condo to live in for my first month here, I would say, via Airbnb. And then that apartment was actually fully booked for the next month, so I wasn't able to stay on there. So that started the process of me trying to find a sort of long-term place to live here in Tulum that wouldn't be that expensive. Now, before I came to Tulum, I did look on Airbnb and I noticed that the prices weren't too bad. They're certainly more expensive than in other places in Mexico, more expensive than, I guess, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and definitely anywhere inland. But they still weren't that outrageous when I was looking back in August or September. But right now, in October, the prices seem to be going up every single day. Thus, the nightmare of trying to find a long-term place to stay here started. So I decided to go off of Airbnb and start using the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook groups, and any other sort of networking I could do here within Tulum to find contacts and to find rooms for rent that would be a little bit more reasonable. So I'm going to share that process with you guys in case any of you are planning to move here or to move to Playa or somewhere close by, and you can use the same resources to find a place to live. So let's get started. So I decided to start my search on Facebook. There are many Facebook groups for people living here in Tulum. For example, expats in Tulum, expats and locals in Tulum, digital nomads in Tulum, Tulum Girl Gang, rentals in Tulum, women in Tulum, you name it, there's a group for it. So I decided to go to some of the rental groups, such as Rentals in Tulum and Long-Term Rentals in Tulum, to see if anyone had put a post there that they were renting out either a room or an apartment that wouldn't be too expensive. So what exactly do I mean by too expensive? Well, a lot of the apartments here in Tulum start at about $1,000, or in Aldea Zama, which is the new and upcoming area that's like closer to the beach, you're talking about $1,500 for an apartment. And this is Mexico, that's almost Dublin prices for me, and I think that's really expensive. So obviously I didn't want to pay that much. I was thinking more like $600 or $700, or maybe like $800 if I could get an entire apartment to myself. Otherwise, maybe $500 or $600 for a room. I didn't really want to pay more than that. So the search began. Okay, so mainly the way it works here is once you see an advert for a place that you like, they normally list their WhatsApp number. Everything in Tulum, and I think maybe Playa del Carmen and other places in Mexico is similar, everything is done in WhatsApp groups. So either by direct WhatsApp messages or in WhatsApp groups. I've never been in a country, and I've been to quite a few countries, I've never been in a country that uses quite so many WhatsApp groups and WhatsApp to communicate. So once I found a place, I got out my phone and I sent the landlords a WhatsApp to say that I was interested in the property. So I found about 3 different properties that I was interested in and sent them all a message saying, I'm interested, can I come visit, etc., etc. Apart from the Facebook groups, such as Rentals in Tulum and Long-Term Rentals in Tulum, you can also go onto Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to share my screen with you and show what I mean by that. You just click Marketplace, you click Rentals, Properties for Rent, and there are a lot of different properties for rent in Marketplace. The only problem here I found was that most of them were for 6 months or 1 year. Now I'm only here on a 6-month visa, which means I actually only have about 5 months left. So I wasn't willing to sign a 6-month contract. So while I kind of feel like I'm living here and moving here, I'm actually probably not going to be here as long as many other people. But if you guys think you're going to be here for 6 months or a year or even longer, you will find it easier to find a place to rent here in Tulum, and you'll also find it cheaper. Because once you're willing to sign a contract and lock in that 6 months, you're gonna get some pretty good discounts. So I did end up emailing maybe 10 or 15 people on Marketplace, but most of them, once they found out I only wanted a place for maybe 2 or 3 months, said no, that I couldn't even come and view the property, and that it was only for 6 months to a year. So that kind of ended the search on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so in the meantime, I have been hanging out at a pretty amazing apartment that my friend Jordan, who is at Life The Life of Jord. Check out his YouTube channel. He's way bigger than me and makes some really amazing videos. But he had rented this amazing Airbnb in the La Valletta area of Tulum for a month. I was very jealous. It seemed quite expensive, but he had 2 almost private rooftop pools. So my friend Christie was staying with him and I was sort of hanging out there for almost a week. Every day we would go up to their rooftop pools for sunset, chill out, watch the sunset, sometimes maybe come down for dinner, just chill out in the apartment, and it just felt like a really nice apartment, and I have to say I was very jealous. So I knew all along that I wanted to find something similar, one that would have like a kitchen, dining room table, a sofa, a TV, a kitchen big enough for cooking and hopefully for making cooking videos, and 1 or 2 bedrooms. So I didn't really want a studio where it was quite small and the bed and the kitchen was all in the same room. Because I did that for my first month, and while it was fine, I just don't think that's good for long term. It wouldn't be good for my productivity, for my work, for the videos I wanted to make. So I definitely wanted something similar to his apartment, but hopefully within my budget. Okay, so after emailing a few people on Facebook Marketplace and contacting a few people via WhatsApp from the Rentals in Tulum group, I finally lined up 3 different apartments to go and view, and I was really hoping that they would work out. So the first one I went to view, I actually really liked it. It was in La Valletta. I would be sharing with another guy who I actually know and met at an event before. The price was pretty reasonable, like $600 for the month. There was a really big kitchen, living room area. It was quite cool, so I knew that we wouldn't need the aircon too much. And there was a swimming pool and just looked really nice. But when I said I was interested and that I wanted to take it 100%, for some reason the girl was like, oh yeah, okay, like, you know, we'll talk about it. And I was like, I really want to move out of where I'm staying right now and move in as soon as possible. So the problem was she didn't actually know when she was moving out. So she had put up her room for rent, but she hadn't quite decided when she was leaving. So this was a problem for me because I was looking for a place to move into as soon as possible. So I pretty much struck out that one and went to view the next property. Okay, so I checked out another property also from the Rentals in Tulum group. And the minute I saw pictures of this place, I was like, this is it. This is the place that I'm going to live while I'm here in Tulum. This place looked amazing. It was a 2-level studio, little bit maybe above my budget at €800 a month, but it was worth it. I didn't even care. I was like, I'll work harder, I'll do more work, I'll get on my computer more and make more money, but I really wanted to live in this amazing 2-level studio apartment. So everything I saw in the photographs looked amazing. I scheduled to go and check it out, and when I got there, it was nothing like the apartment that I had seen online. So it actually made me a little bit angry, because if I had been, say, in Ireland or America and had seen that and sent the deposit or even sent the full month's rent, and then got here to see that it was literally nothing like the photos, I would have been pretty angry. So it was very bare bones. It was very like they had just finished the construction but hadn't really finished the apartment. It was not on 2 levels. It was all 1 room and just very kind of cold concrete, not much decor, not much furniture, very empty, and all for €800, which was absolute total ripoff. So that one was definitely out. Okay, so I had lined up to go see 1 more apartment, but in the meantime I was hanging out at my friend Jord's apartment yet again, really loving it and just a little bit jealous that he was going to be checking out soon, and I wish more than anything I could move into this amazing apartment. So I said, look, let me look at an Airbnb and see how much it costs. So I went on to Airbnb to check it out, and it was about €1,500 for this 2-bedroom apartment for the next month. I was like, that is definitely way above my budget. There's no way I can afford that. But then I was working out the Airbnb fees, the cleaning fee, and all the little extras that Airbnb charge. And I'm like, what happens if I contact this guy directly and see if he'll give me the apartment for like quite a big discount if I pay in cash off of Airbnb for 1 month. So I talked to my friend Jord, get the guy's WhatsApp number, contact him off of Airbnb, and yes, it turns out it is available and I can get it for a much cheaper price than on Airbnb. So I'm starting to get pretty excited at this stage. Because you guys have to remember, this is sort of like my dream apartment. It's got like 2 private, almost private swimming pools on the rooftop. It's amazing for sunset. It's a really big apartment. There's 2 bedrooms. There's like a balcony and lots of amazing places to chill out and work and just have friends over and just, I don't know, it just seems like an amazing apartment. So I WhatsApp the guy. He says it's available. Pretty much all within 24 hours, we seal the deal. I send the money via PayPal, and then I'm like, wait a second, this is still way above my budget, and this is a 2-bedroom apartment. So I decide, actually, I'm gonna find a roommate. So I put out the feelers, a lot of people started messaging me, people from different WhatsApp groups that I'm in. I put it on my Instagram, people started contacting me. And then I remembered a really good friend of mine, and she messaged me saying that she was interested. I had finally found a place to live here in Tulum. I could close my laptop, stop the search, pack up my bags, and get ready to move in. So here we are, 48 hours later, living in what I would say is one of my dream apartment, and it's time for me to give you guys the grand tour. So I've got the blinds down because the sun is currently shining in. In the mornings, you could have all of the blinds up. Right now they are down. So there's even a little blanket here. Friends could sit there, and could sit on the couch. You could easily fit at least 3 people. This is our lovely area for doing some work. So as you can see, nice big room. This is the big bedroom. Again, blinds. This is the big bathroom in here. I really like this storage area, mirror. So going back out here, there's a table, and then these are 2 hammocks. So I'm gonna hang the hammocks up out here. You can have your coffee in the morning, sit outside. Really nice big kitchen area. So I've got a microwave, a little toaster. There's a coffee machine, toaster, everything you could really need for cooking. And also, like, which is good, is we do have lots of plates and bowls if we want to have people over. So we've got the other bedroom in here. Lots of wardrobe space, hanging stuff up. And then the ensuite bathroom. Lots of storage space here. Yeah. So this is now what my room looks like. And this is my balcony. Okay, so as amazing as my new apartment is, the real cherry on the top has to be going up 1 or 2 more floors to the rooftop, where I've got 2 almost private rooftop pools, which I seriously cannot wait to show you guys.